shown a great improvement over the last 4, 5, 6 games.
Back to work on offense. Michael Bishop. Corey Grant, fourth catch of the game. Up at the 45-yard line, tripped up by Dwight Anderson.
Big series here for Saskatchewan. Off that last one, they fumbled the football when they got things going, and their defense holds Calgary to a field goal. So Ken Miller now has a chance. Remember back in that second game early in the year against Calgary, the Saskatchewan Roughriders were down 30-4 in the fourth quarter and came storming back to make it 30-25. So Ken Miller knows they can come back.
Second and short. A stutter step from Charles, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down.
And John Huffnagel, he always records how his offense and defense is doing, whether it's a 2 and out. He'll make notes on his little chart there. And I know he's not happy with their production in what they call the score zone or the green zone, and everyone else calls the red zone.
3rd and 1, you're down by 20. Are you surprised that the punt teams come on?
The Saskatchewan Roughriders have had the field disadvantage in the field position for most of this game.
I was just going to say, as I asked you, Ken Miller was surprised because he just pulled them off.
Yeah.
And they're going to go for it. And I thought that this is at the time of less than 5 minutes to go in the third quarter when you think they have to start gambling.
Well, it's inside a yard, too.
Bishop lunging, has to get to the 45. Browner says he didn't. And the Stampeders think they've stopped Michael Bishop.
On 3rd down in the middle of the field, you can challenge the spot. You can't if it's not 3rd down in the middle, and you can on any down on the goal line.
Bishop lunged forward and then spun. And you wonder if that might have stopped the ball from getting forward progress. And
wow,
the spot doesn't reach the 45. That means they're short.
Well, they're going to measure anyway. And let's take a look at another replay as Ken Miller has that flag in his hands. Here's the wide game angle for you. And that initial surge didn't look like it, but you're right, Chris, he rolled after that. Or is that Bishop bent in half right there with Wayne Smith?
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah.
And so even a challenge not likely to net the desired result, but Ken Miller has stepped onto the field to toss it. He wants them to take another look at where they're going to position the football.
Who stood up Wayne Smith? Because it was Juwan Armour goes over the top, and he turns big Wayne Smith inside, and you can see right here that is Bishop bent back of the line. Be tough to get enough evidence though to overturn anything in this situation, I would think.
Saskatchewan is challenging the spot. I'll review the play.
See a couple of Calgary helmets at the bottom of the pile, and they surged a yard in there back to the 44 inside the line of scrimmage. So there was a heck of a surge from people like Eddie Freeman, Miguel Robidet. But I'm not sure that was textbook quarterback sneak style from Michael Bishop.
And I'm not sure if there's enough evidence in any of those looks that would be enough to overturn the call, which is Calgary football, and the call was made on the field that Michael Bishop was short. So I mean, you be the judge. Is there enough evidence right here that to overturn this call and say that Michael Bishop crossed that 45-yard line? See, he's lost in the pile there. Now you see him bent there. See, he's right. That's Michael Bishop right there, and he is not across that line in that shot. And here's the other look for you. You're right, Chris. When he turned his body like that, he really. That's him right there. That's the 7 from his jersey, and there's the line right there. So, even then, I don't know that, because you can't see the ball. And the forward progress of the ball is where the mark is made, and I don't know if there's enough evidence in either of those looks to overturn a call here.
Potentially the 4th turnover of the game for the Roughriders.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Calgary.
So a turnover on downs. And for the 6th time in this game, John Huffnagel's crew takes over with field position no worse than their own 53. It's been a field position game dominated by Calgary all day. And this time they start just inside the Saskatchewan 45-yard line. Lewis under pressure, Nick Lewis, one-hand grab, but he paid for it. Ronald Williams with the jolt.
Nick Lewis will go in and tell Ronald Williams that it was a good hit, but it didn't hurt him. Nick Lewis is thick, though. He can take those hits, and he dishes them out as well. A crossing route, Ronald Williams, who's done a great job in replacing Anton McKenzie, who may be back next week, steps up and puts his helmet on.
Just 2, 2nd and 8. Short drop, quarterback draw. Henry takes off, dives forward, close to the first down. Let's see where they mark this. Had to get inside the 35, and I think they're going to mark it.
I think they'll be short.
Yeah, they're going to mark it on the 36. So a yard and
a bit.
And a bit.
Yeah. And John Huffnagel's had the field position advantage for most of this game, and they have a comfortable lead in this game. But I'm sure what's bothering him right now and Huffnagel is that they have not really converted these opportunities into majors.
Well, DeAngelis comes on attempting to make it 13 points off turnovers in this game.
Yeah, if you're a Calgary fan, that's the good news. The bad news is that 13 points could probably be about 27 points if you're converting majors when you get the turnovers.
So DeAngelis from 43 yards out. And as usual, Sandro is money. Just under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Stampeders up their lead to 23.
That was a good kick. Kept that low in the wind.
Well, we mentioned turnovers, points off turnovers a key, and just the field position dominance. As Calgary's been playing on a short field all season, all game long.
Yes, they have. That's a tremendous field position. That's what I'm talking about, though. And I know the frustration for John Huffnagel will be field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal. And just the one touchdown. It's good that he has a very accurate field goal kicker. That's the good news for Calgary fans. Bad news is that they want to be able to convert those into touchdowns, because if it's a close game, if the offense for Saskatchewan is going here, I can come back and grab you.
Neil Hughes, the ball carrier, and he carries the pile. How about that? Some legs churning there from the Regina product, Neil Hughes, for the first down run.
And the Calgary product helping out in Chris Best there. He was part of that Neil Hughes train to just get a little push going there in the defense. Duane Armour, the linebacker, steps in, and he's trying to stop that momentum. And big Chris Best, number 66, looks like the butterflies are gone for him, and he helps out. Gets a good push for Neil Hughes.
13-yard run. So they give it to him again. This time Collard just beyond the line of scrimmage. Just wanted to mention a lot of excitement in this city about football this weekend. The Calgary Colts beat the Edmonton Wildcats. The Dinos with a win over the Regina Rams, and a lot of people in the press box talking about Calgary football hat trick this weekend. And right now they are 16 and a half minutes away from that.
Week 7, it was 30-4 and ended up 30-25. It's not over yet.
2nd and 9. Bishop has time as Dressler. Penalty marker down. Dressler brought down at the Stampeder 43.
Dressler kind of ran an out and then pushed back to the inside. I'm not sure if he was held or he got the pushing call, but you can see by his jersey someone grabbed a hold of him.
Yes, indication it is going against the Stamps.
Illegal contact, Calgary number 2. That penalty's declined. First down.
Juwan Armour with the illegal contact, but the Dressler catch stands.
Because the catch was a greater gain than the illegal contact. That's different than pass interference. There's number 2 right in the middle of your screen right there.
18 more for Weston Dressler, 7 for 126. As he continues to mount the stats. A fake to Hughes, Bishop looking for Getzlaf, great catch inside the 5, and a marker down as Chris Getzlaf is brought down. Let's find out what this flag's all about.
Well, he made a veteran move when the ball was about to arrive with a little bit of a subtle push off. Now, I thought the flag came well after that push. And I've seen this many times, a little push, a little pull from the DB.
Pass interference, Saskatchewan, number 89. 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
There was some jostling down there. Paul Appolise said one of the things that impressed him about the touchdown last week was the way he suddenly used his body to cause a little separation. This must not have been as subtle.
Well, it's just down at the bottom, and there's a little push just before that ball arrives. Now, I'll tell you what, for me, I say let him play. But I've said that about the other side of it, too, with defensive backs with a little pull. I think unless you really yank a guy, you don't call pass interference.
That one really hurts. 1st and 20, and a ball dropped by Palmer coming across on a pass that was slightly behind. But instead of 1st and goal inside the 5, it's now 2nd and 20.
You know why, too? Because, and this is another reason, receivers do that on almost every play. I mean, anytime they're running a little out, they'll give the DB a little subtle push when they make their break. And the balls, they'll give them a little push. And DBs like to grab. DBs like to grab that arm a little bit. As long as you don't yank a guy and turn him, shouldn't be a penalty flag.
2nd and 20. Final half minute, the screen doesn't work, falls incomplete.
I tell you, the biggest difference in this game, though, for Calgary has been their ability to cut Michael Bishop off. And it goes right back to the success they had a week ago was with Bishop out on the edge. He was out, he was running free, and that's where his comfort zone was, and he had the option to run or throw.
They've zapped him today.
They've zapped him. And when Chris Jones designed it, he said that they were in position, but they were a couple steps late last week, and now they're zapping it. They're getting up, they're cutting them off, and they're making it difficult for him to get in that comfort zone.
The last possession, it was a turnover on downs, and now a costly penalty on what looked like for the Roughriders. And Borum has to kick it looking for the corner, and this one takes an unfortunate hop into the end zone, and Howell will concede a single point, not what Jamie Borum was looking for. And it's now 27-5 on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Stampeders in control heading to the 4th.